Hey guys, you're watching Volgor's videos, and this is a review on the Motorola M500. I'm going to talk about everything that has to do with the menu, the battery life, all the features, and the pros and cons. So let's stop talking and get right into it. Okay, before I turn it on and get into the menu system and all that, I'm going to show you like a walk around of, or 360. Right there you have the battery latch button, and whoops, right here you got your lock switch, your power button, headphone jack, and your volume up and down button, or switch, whatever. It's a rocker. And right here you have your joystick, up for play pause, left for rewind, track back, right for fast forward and track next, and down is for menu. And there's a button in the center for whatever you need for that button. It changes. And right there it says Motorola. The one thing I noticed with the fit and finish of this device is not that fantastic. It's good apart from this right here. I don't know if you can see it, but when you turn it on, it glows at the bottom, so like there's a little gap. It's not a big deal, but whatever. Okay, so one thing I was going to show you before I get too far into the video is right here, the battery back button. You open that up and see right there is the Motorola battery. Does that look familiar? No? Watch this. See where the pins are at? Here's a Motorola battery to my Motorola phone right here, Motorola Entice. Okay? There it is right there. Okay. Now right here, let me take the same battery, stick it in there. Now get a load of this. It turns on, it works. Now that's pretty freaking awesome. You can use a battery that from a phone you got last year for a phone that came out back in 2004. Now that's pretty awesome. Let me turn it back off. Oh, I'm just gonna take the battery out. Hope it doesn't harm it too much. Alright, now take the battery back in. Now we got the size comparisons out of the way. I got the cool feature, the backwards compatible battery out of the way. Put your back on. You just put the hinge or the clips right there, and darn it, sometimes you can't get it perfect first shot. There we go. Pretty easy. Alright, now let's get down to the menu system. Alright, first you got your play music, bookmarks, so you can resume playback on something the exact spot in the song, or podcast, whatever, settings. You got playback for shuffle, repeat. And then you got equalizer. You have a bunch of presets off, and then you got custom, so you can turn up the bass, down the mid-range, and up the treble to whatever your liking is. So you can make $5 headphones sound like $20 headphones, and $20 headphones sound like $100 headphones. It's pretty freaking awesome. And let's go back. Power, you can adjust the power save, which is pretty awesome, so you don't never have to worry about leaving your MP3 player on while you're listening to it before bed. You got resume, which I haven't really tested it, but I'm thinking what it does is if you turn it off and when you turn it back on, it'll go back to whatever you were playing to last, and you can have that to either current or the first song on your list. So I'm just going to leave it where it was. Then you got display, your backlight and contrast. I like the backlight on because the battery life is actually pretty good on this MP3 player. Time, change time. FM tuner. You can adjust if you want mono or not, or what region. Lock setup, you can adjust if you want your joystick or your volume buttons to be accessible while it's locked. Why? I have no idea. Tags, I have no idea. I'm not going to go into it. FM tuner, let me demonstrate that right now. One 4.7 is pop music. 1.5 is rock. That icon means it's playing stereo, the station's coming in good. And then you got 106.3, classic rock, Clue FM. Turn it down before I get sued. And right there is your volume. Right there is your antenna, if it's coming in good. And right there is your battery. So we got FM record, you can actually record the radio, pretty awesome. Both Zens can do that. But the Zune cannot. Zune cannot. It just has the radio, no other Yeah, no microphone. Stopwatch, I'm not going to demonstrate that, it's just a stopwatch. About player, 2004 Motorola version 1.0. I don't know if this is the first version of the Motorola or if there's the firmware. I'm not going to try to upgrade the firmware because I can barely find any information about this MP3 player. I couldn't even find it on Amazon or eBay. If you cannot find something on Amazon or eBay, chances are it's rare, it's worth at least $10. So, yeah. Storage, I have 240 megabytes of music, just over 2 gigs, 266 tracks, no playlists. Let's go back. Oh, main menu. Okay, stopwatch. What's left? Play mode. Entering play mode, please wait. Don't really know what the point of that was. I don't know what just happened. Let's just go to play music. Okay, we got play all. And it just shuffles everything, unless you have it turned on to not shuffle. Yeah, I already demonstrated bookmarks, play music. Come on, what the heck did I just do? Play music. Okay. Album, you can browse through your albums. Artist, browse through your artists. Genre, track, year. I really wish the Zune had year. The Zune does not have that. The Zens do. New music, you can go through new music added 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, 1 month. Pretty awesome. So you can really find something. If you don't remember a band or artist song that you just added in, you just go to that new music, then you can find it easily. Spoken word and FM recordings. So that's pretty awesome. Let's just go to play all. And we got some Supertramp. I just want to demonstrate how well this device sounds. That's how fast it is fast forwarding. And this is just on the rock preset, so it sounds pretty awesome. Okay. There's some Boston. If you press the center button down, it'll change to how far you're into the song, to how far is left. Your bitrate and your how big the file is. The time is 3:14. No, it's 2:35, but whatever. And the date, which I have not set. And then your equalizer. So we got Z top. As you can see, this player does not. As you can see, with this player, it does have a small problem with lag. So if you go in there and hold down the button, yeah, right there it lagged when I turned it down. So it's not perfect, but it does make up for it with the sound quality and the menu system. Another problem I have with this MP3 player is there's no now playing list. So if you want to listen to, like, go back, go to my music, go to play all, it's going to reshuffle them all. So, see, go play music. Let's just go to, where was it? Track. That's the only way you can go to browse through all your songs, or you're now playing, is just go through tracks. Otherwise, you can't browse through your now playing, which is a big bummer. This micro can do that, when this one can't. But all in all, let me just finish one more song. Yeah, as you can see, it's got great sound quality. I mean, yeah, great sound quality. But let me turn off and finish up my review. Okay, so finishing thoughts. Alright, before I forget, let's do a couple quick sound comparisons, or not sound comparisons, size comparisons. Here it is next to my phone. A bit wider, a bit longer, but pretty much the same size. Here it is next to the Zune. The Zune's half the thickness, a little bit longer, but you gotta expect that with, you know, no moving parts and flash memory. Here's the Creatives and Micro, came out about the same time. 5 gigs, both have removable batteries. The Motorola is a tad bit thinner, but it's also a tad bit wider too. See that? So there you go with that. And it looks like the length is about the same. And last but not least, well, it's not last actually, the Motorola, or not the Motorola, excuse me, the Creative Vision M is a bit taller, a bit thicker, but the Motorola, the Creative is actually a bit wider too. So yeah, actually I think for some reason they did make the buttons a bit too big. I mean, you don't need the same amount of size for the screen as the buttons. That's just my 2 cents. Last but not least, the Panasonic CD player. Look at that. Twice the thickness. And look at that. The CD player just eclipses it. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but still I just want to remind people, this is what I had. You know, this is what we had back in the elementary, high school, for some people. I had a CD player that played MP3 CDs that held about 300 songs. Actually, no, freshman year I had this, but then it broke and I had an MP3 CD player hold about 300 songs. And yeah, talk about downgrade. I'd rather have this. But yeah, there you go. There is the different sizes of my MP3 players and CD player. I still have my mom's CD player, or my mom's MP3 player, my brother's MP3 player, but I didn't feel like tracking down. I thought that was enough to compare with. Okay, so finishing thoughts with the Motorola M500. Pretty much, let's start with the pros, alright? First, it's got great battery life. I've left it on over, the course of a day and forgot to have it charged in to leave it playing. I usually leave it playing the radio in my room. And after all day, it still had like a quarter of the battery life left. So that's pretty cool. Forward compatible with Motorola phone batteries. That's pretty awesome. So you never have to worry about looking for a battery. Just find, somebody's old Motorola Razr or whatever and use that battery. Chances are it'll work. Custom equalizer. That's always a plus. Make your $5 headphones sound like $20 and your $20 headphones sound like $100 headphones. And then we got standard USB, so finding USB cable isn't a problem. Also, it came with the wall charger. Standards here, it's got FM radio, and you can record the radio. Amazing audio quality. Lastly, it's got a nice, clean, simple design. Now with cons. Cons 1 is the lag. The lag happens every once in a while. It happens more often than not, and it's just the Achilles heel with the device, really. Secondly, no now playing menu option, so you can't really browse through your now playing lists, your track list, whatever, the music you're listening to it now. And lastly, no dedicated back button, which is it's not a big deal, but it's kind of a problem whether you're to memorize if you have to go down for menu or let's go back. So it's not a big deal, not nearly as bad as the Cohen S9 I reviewed last year, but it's kind of nice. I like how on the Creative MP3 players there's always a dedicated back button, and the play pods you can always jump back to your now playing, and there's also a separate submenu button. So that's it. There's only a very few cons. Mainly it lags. That's the only big deal. One more thing I want to add in is, do you have any idea what the price was back in 2004, the original price? No? $230 bucks. Yeah, that's intense. It's pretty incredible how much technology has advanced in the few amount of years it's been. But that's it for me. Thanks for watching. If you see this MP3 player, I wouldn't spend more than 20 bucks, really. 30, okay, but if you really want this thing, you're not going to let a price get in your way. Because it is pretty rare. I didn't see it on Amazon or eBay, so I knew it was at least worth 10 bucks. So that's enough for me. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I have another review on some headphones. So that's probably going to be my next video. So comment, rate, subscribe. See you next time.